Good morning and welcome to LG on Tech YouTube channel, and this is actually around 7:30 o'clock, so this is a work time for me, and this is gonna be a last video for today or for this morning. Yes, and basically guys, I'm just gonna explain what is WISE token, which we did a couple videos also, but what is achieved here as WISE tokens use as a pure base money, and pure by meaning that, and we'll actually use the WISE tokens presentation, which is you can actually download all the advertising materials from wisetoken.net or wisetoken.fun if you want to give me your 10% on your WISE token reservation. But what was achieved already with this project? First of all, guys, you need to understand that, let's say like Bitcoin, at the beginning it wasn't that pure, but Satoshi Nakamoto made it pure. For example, what that means, made it pure? That means he gave away rights for his Bitcoin, and he's anonymous, and after the Bitcoin initial spread, it spread virally, he actually gave up the control over the project. And since then there was no other project like this which is actually acting as a base money. And Bitcoin, it is actually a base money. It's already a slow base money because there was so much inventions, let's say like Ethereum in a cryptocurrency space and cryptography. So Bitcoin, it stayed as this old format, but it is base money and it is a store of value and perceived by most something like a digital gold. But as money, it is actually clunky, it's slow to send, there is nothing could be built on top of it, or it's very hard to build on top of it. So in that aspect, anything or any token built on an Ethereum network is much better and feasible to be a money. But to create money which is used by most of the people, you need to create it pure. So that means pure and honest, so in which people can actually see how pure and honest this creation is, and then they will be not afraid to participate in the project or using this kind of money. Same thing like people may be afraid of using American dollar because they are actually overprinting it. So they even the big millionaires, you can check on the YouTube, which has let's say they have $500 million in their accounts and more. They actually they don't want to keep it in USD, but they have no other choice. They don't want to keep it even in gold, because let's say gold, the amount of gold, if there is a kilogram right now on the market, let's say the whole gold, all right, what's available to buy, every 70 years, there is a same thing, 100% increase in a supply. So if there is let's say for argument's sake, a kilogram of gold today on the market, in 70 years, there's going to be 2 kilograms. So it's not feasible for them to keep the USD, for example, because let's say US advertised that interest, the inflation is 3.9 or lower. Actually, some of the BS sites, they say even that it's 0.3 or 0.4%, that's inflation, which is bullshit, because when you go to let's say to the store and check the price of milk against, let's say, price of milk 5 years ago or 10 years ago, it is in 100% up, and you can actually, even cigarettes, whatever, that's a true inflation. And same thing, guys keeping, let's say 500 million on their accounts, they actually pay, each year, let's say on a good year, like one of the guys on YouTube, one of the millionaires says, it costs him 8% to hold it, or in a bad year, 20 and more. And actually 2020, it's going to be one of the worst years since the coronavirus, and $6 trillion, on the beginning of the year of the US debt. Actually, they escalated it to print out to $66 trillion. So there's a huge increase, and it's going to actually devaluate everybody's money, but nobody's talking about it. And guys, let's talk about the pure value or pure base of WISE tokens money and what it means for you. First of all, there is only 4% of the inflation. in this by holding the money. Plus, when you are staked, all the inflation goes to you, and you can say there is a capped supply, or the supply actually inflates by 4% only a year. And by that, if there is more interest than that, the coin goes up, exponentially, goes up, the value of it. Especially when people see that they can hold it, they can actually collect interest, they can actually lend it because there's going to be a lending platform on it, and insure the stakes, so if they emergency they need to take out some money, they are able to. But going back to the pureness of money and how it is started, I'm just gonna switch to desktop recording and show you the presentation a little bit. And this is basically a presentation which is available from wisetoken.net or wisetoken.fun if you want to use my 10% or get 10% more on Wisetoken. And guys, remember, I'm not a financial advisor and this is not a financial advice. And right here under the marketing images, it will actually take you to a Google Drive, and this presentation is actually available there. And just to summarize it, what's a big deal? First of all, there is no right now the Wise token is in launch phase, and there is no tokens for the founders. Even in Bitcoin at the beginning, Satoshi Nakamoto had millions. The same thing, guys, which actually first mined it, they had thousands, same thing. It was so easy to mine. So right now, let's say at Wise token, there is let's say there is no Wise token, there's no tokens for the team. And any other project, okay, let's say started after, let's say, Bitcoin, XRP, Cardano. On XRP, first of all, they can print more, create more of XRP tokens. In Wise, this is impossible, only the 4% inflation. In XRP, whatever the number they type in, they can actually create more. Another thing is, they are centralized holdings. They have, bags of XRP, the founders, which they can do whatever, either dump on you or do whatever. So if you want to, like, say, participate, like there was a huge community of XRP owners before, and if they want to, that's why they actually disgruntled right now, and they're not happy, because the founders actually dump each time the XRP wanted to go up, even, they dumping on them the coin right away. But in Wise token, there is no tokens for the team, no tokens for the founders. If founders want to own Wise token, they actually need to participate in a launch phase like you and me. This is very pure, very awesome. So there is, let's say, when you take a look, there is no seed investor, founders, there is nothing for a team. And other thing is, this is they talking a little bit about, that there is a tool. Yeah, everybody in the cryptocurrency space right now, we are very early. Let's say at Wise token, it's just starting. It's just basically it is in a launch phase. Let's say in other cryptocurrencies, they are already let's say again about the XRP, like the majority owners, they're already established, and even for a small guys, it's hard to do anything. And just for a whole crypto space, DeFi, we are at this moment, we are at the beginning. There's no end, we are at the beginning. The Bitcoin could be in the middle or before right now the adoption of the mainstream or the big investors, yes. But let's say in tokens, let's say DeFi, it all starting. Even the first one of the decentralized exchanges, which doesn't need no KYC, no nothing. It just started around a year ago. So this is everything fresh and new. And protocols like this, like Wise token, it's brand new. It's in a launch phase right now. So guys, no team tokens. Everything what's collected in a launch phase goes directly. This value goes directly to Uniswap to back up your Wise token, and there are no keys for it. So no keys for it. The keys are burned, and nobody has access to it. Only people who wants to buy more or sell. And this also, the transaction fees goes into this big basket, and and liquidity grows also in that aspect. But the pure money, the pure base of money, how it's created. So there is no big influencers, no majority holders. All money collected goes to liquidity. So you are preserving, the value of the token. That means the founders are not greedy. The founders made it pure and honest. And this is verifiable by you and me looking at the code, looking, on the, let's say we're going to look at the Uniswap, what's going on. We can look at the blockchain, and also right now in the launch phase, who's depositing, who's participating in it. Guys, this is as transparent and honest of a project as possible. Also, let's say somebody will ask me, what will happen, if I deposit right now in the launch phase and something goes wrong? Founders included in the code that, let's say if on December 31st, because we're that early in this stage, if you are afraid something might go wrong, then don't invest in the launch phase right now of the WISE token. Invest after December 31st, when the WISE token and Ethereum pair is already created. But if you're asking, what could happen, let's say if something goes wrong and the money doesn't, it's not going to be transferred. In a code, they included a line where there is a refund function. So all the Ethereum will be refunded to our wallets, back to our wallets if something goes wrong. This is unheard of. So this is a pure launch, pure honest cryptocurrency project with already a great success, which has got already almost 23,000, or even right now we can check maybe more than 23,000 Ethereum deposited already by us, by community members. Yeah, 23,081 Ethereum. Let's refresh it. Yes, 20,081 Ethereum deposited into the project. So it's around $13 million. Liquidity will be around $26 million for everybody to use, cash in, cash out of the I would say the main layer. I'm not talking about the other layers like insurance or lending, which is going to be added to it. But the creation of a pure base layer will, I would call it, let's say, compare it, same thing like Peter Gear compared it to a sandbox. We need to make the sandbox or the playground, guys, pure, so everybody will participate and nobody will be afraid that there is one guy holding 90% of the coin that will dump on them. That, let's say I buy and I want to get out, from WISE token back to Ethereum or back to USD, that there is going to be liquidity, which is locked over there. So there is, there is no rug pulling. Nobody can take this value away from us, from people. So anybody who participate right now in a launch phase of a WISE token and even after the launch phase, guys, you cannot, this is not financial advice and I'm not financial advisor, but you cannot lose money. Even guys, who will dump, let's say after a launch, which is, I don't think it's going to happen, will actually have to cover the losses from their own pocket. Since right now, the deposited money, the 22,000 Ethereum, it's actually locked in a contract and nobody can, let's say, receive WISE, sell it right now and deposit it again, aka recycle the Ethereum or recycle back the money. There is nothing like this. It's actually locked till December 31st. People will receive their WISE token. Guys, this is very important. So the base layer for play, like on a playground, to play, for people to play with, it's very pure, it's very honest. So I believe there's going to be million participants in this system. And if everybody will see that, there is no, some central entity, everything is trustless, decentralized, you don't need no KYC, no nothing, you'll just, transact with your own wallet, with your own keys, you are your own bank. Guys, I believe this thing will skyrocket in value. That's one thing. And another thing is lots of people will come to play at WISE Tokens Playground. And since I believe 2000, I mean, you know, when I got in around 2015, you know, into the crypto space, I did not see project like this. And that's why our channel was inspired by WISE token. We participated in something called Hex token. If you don't know, I have the review of it too, which could become something good, but it failed us at the centralization of Richard Hart, which holds 90% and more of the Hex token. But in this case, right now, in a WISE token, this is actually made by the community, Hex token community, made pure and how the crypto supposed to look. And since 2015, when I got into the space, I did not see launch or token designed this way. This is a first, and this is something which will actually profit you just for holding. You can actually hold it, stake it, so receive the percentage, you know. You can actually lend money, you can be a lender. Guys, this is gonna be huge, honest, and great community, already a great success, since 23,000 Ethereum is deposited from small people like you and me. So lots of people believe in the project, and actually you can see right now the results of it. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget, use my wisetoken.fun link, you know, to give me 10%. You're gonna receive 10%, and I'm gonna receive 10% more on your reservations. And you know, daily I'll try to update you on all the crypto news and what's going on in the crypto space. Don't forget, the WISE token could be one of your big chances to make a good bank. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.